Hi, it's Maria from Sweden here, aka Planner Mother of Three. Today I thought it was time for me to show you my Hobonichi Techo 2020, and I thought that we were going to start and look through the weekly pages. This particular Hobonichi Cousin has been both my personal planner, planning ahead. It's been a memory planner, and it's also been my business planner for a while. But I found out quite soon that I wanted to separate my personal and my professional planner. But that makes this planner a little bit. There's no, red thread through the planner. Because there has been so many ways of using it. But that's also the nice way, I think, that is with the Hobonichi. It is that you can, you can vary how you want to use it. It's quite chunky, as you can see, because I tipped in the first quarter of 2020. I had my memory planning and my journaling in another book. So I put that in here. Anyway, let's see. This is a spring collection spring start, the April start. So that's why I have glued in my first quarter, January, February, March, in this one so that I can have it all together. It's been a very special year, of course, with the COVID, and I really wanted to have everything together so that I wouldn't risk to lose some of the months. So here is the first spread of the cousin and the weekly spread. And here I was, I just have to, God bless me. This spread was the first one, and I had this idea of combining my work and my personal things and adding some stickers around it. And I like it in one way, but in the same time it's getting quite messy, and it can be hard time finding the things that I want to look up and reference. But what I did was that I started on Sunday, and I went on the upcoming week, and I put in where my work will be, my different bookings that I had, and then I would put some to-dos, and I would also put some comments, like for instance, I went to the mammography. I could feel something in my breast, so I went for a scanning of that, and I got the positive results that there was nothing in the end of March, so I had to write that. And I can actually see that I got this letter saying that I'm all healthy and that they will call me in 2 years. And that's good, because I was just wondering when am I going to get a new appointment, and it says here. So it's good to go back and see what I can find, for information. I also used this one for my tracking, happiness, stress, anxiety, and no spend, and my social media. And these things I track more or less in different ways, even now in my new Hobonichi Cousin for January start. I decided to leave this one now in December, because this one goes all the way to the end of March, and to start a new one in January. I think I am that kind of person, actually. So, but now I can either... What can I do? Well, I will try to stick to this one for 12 whole months. That would be a nice thing to do for me. I have a little bit another use of this one. I tell you that later. Anyway, so, and here I keep going with the things that I mark where my different appointments are and things that happened. Like, for instance, it's been a hectic year in a way, because here we went out on a walk in the woods, and here my husband decided to quit his job, And I remember it that I had this meeting in the morning, and then when I get out of my office, he welcomed me and said, "Well, I've decided I quit my job and I told my boss." And I got really, oops, okay, so what are we going to do now? Because the corona was really, in the flush, everything. Well, he said everything will be fine. And then the next day, he bought a new car. Things happened quite quickly for us here. Anyway, but we've survived. He's got a new job, and the car is still with us. And actually, he decided last week, and he made it come true, and he decided to quit the job that he has now, and he is about to start his new company by himself. So he's an entrepreneur like I am, and he's always owned his own business, and for the couple of years now his business had been bought by larger companies, and he's always kind of interested in these large companies and how could he work there, but he always ends up that it doesn't fit him. He needs a smaller company where he can decide things by himself and do things the next day instead of waiting and for the whole organization to decide whatever he needs to do. That's not him. So I think he's made a really good decision by quitting this job too. Anyway, this spread I don't really like. I think it's messy. It's the black is all over the place. Here I am trying out a black and white theme, but I couldn't, stand to it. Because then I put some other stickers with different colors. These stickers all come from the Hobonichi store in Japan. The trackers here. Here I used another kind of stickers that I bought from a shop called, I think, Little Jen Shop or something like that. Yeah. So as you can see, I use it about the same. The trackers on the side, some trackers here whenever I want them. And I am quite colorful, as you can see. Here I tried out with different pens, but that's not my cup of tea in this weekly spreads. Here I had just the word for the day. Here I was playing around with the washies. Here is all the colors, everything, as well as here. So, and here we go back to the word for the day. And the best thing is that whenever you don't like the page or the spread, you can just turn it to a new one and then you go from there. Here is the day when my daughter turned 23. Here is a lovely summer spread where I've been writing, what happened during the days in very short words, but still, if I'm reading here, I will for sure know exactly what happened. So that's good week. Here also, here we're still having vacation, but we're having a lot to do here. So I have these to-do lists, to-dos regarding my old parents-in-law, but also we're doing things. We're buying, let's see what's in here. I think we decided to go and buy new beds, right? Yes, because the beds that we had bought, 2 different ones, I talked about that in another video, they were so bad, so yeah. And here we are on our way to look at different apartments. that my daughter, she decided that she wanted to buy her own home now. And here we went for a really nice weekend. And then here we're still having vacation, doing a lot of things. The weather is super. So that means very hot and very sunny for weeks after week. So we're doing all of these nice summer things, as you can see here. And then we're here, the 23rd of August, we're going on to watching, we saw this apartment that she now owns. So here I am mixing green and red, and I think these are representing that the weather is changing. All the stickers here are mostly, these are from Happy Planner, as well as these. These are others from some Japanese shops that I bought from Etsy. I think a lot of them are from the Little Jen store. Yeah. Okay, so let's continue. Where were we? And then here we're starting the new week, and here I am starting to work. So here is, I have a combination of work, and then after I've done the work notes, I put all of these washes around. I don't know what I like about it, but anyway. And as well as here is, I've marked the whole days, because that's what I've had here, whole days with activities. Yeah, then I put some washes behind them. Here's also things that we've done with work and to-dos, job to-dos here, me to do, meal plan, week review, next week, a tracker, and some focus for the week. And so here I am about to realize that I really need different Hobonichis for work and for my personal life. I'm still combining them, as you can see. And so here I am going more into just pen and just some small stickers to put, so that things are more visible. Pictures of my planners. I think this was really a planner weekend. Oh yeah, I remember here was my birthday, and here my daughter came, and they surprised me by giving me a memory card, and on that memory card there were videos from when the kids were small. They had actually went to a shop that could transfer the VHS videos into a digital one. So we had this whole day of watching all the videos. Yeah, here I am playing around with the GLB Creative that you can buy from Etsy. I love his sketches. He has a lot of really cool figures. I will look that up because I don't really know where I got them. I bought digital files and I cut them out and I glue them in. And here again, a lot of planning for work, and as well as here. Now I've just surrendered and decided that I don't want to put my personal life in the weeklies. I just go for the work, and I really like how this turned out. Yeah, so now we're in November, and I'm getting my new Hobonichis, and I'm very excited to start using them. Here is, work stuff, and also memory, keeping things, and my to-do lists. Here I'm writing and I'm saying that my professional planning will be moving to the Hobonichi 2021, and I'll show you that. So yeah, here is December, and all of these are my personal memory keeping things, where I put the power book, meditation, YouTube, the videos that I made, reading what I'm reading and what I'm watching. And this is the Christmas week, where I also started to use my Coffee Monster stickers. Yeah, so these are my weekly spreads. Mostly of the year I've been using it for the professional planning and also putting some memory keeping around them. But I have now 2 separate ones for the same purpose, and I'll show you quickly how they look. I'll just take it down here. This is my professional one. I used the Hobonichi cover, the Hobonichi Cousin avec, so it's a 6 months planner. So this is how I use it. It's I started to work here, and this one lays like this for the week, and I like here I put what I'm gonna do, different projects that I have for the day, and then I start doing the to-dos under the day where I'm supposed to do the to-dos. Or I can also put just the to-do wherever I want to, just, to put it down. So all of these things, even though they are here, they might not be been done there. And then, when things changes, I overline them. I use, most of the time, I use these friction pens so I can erase. But when I haven't done that, I just, put a line over it. Here, so I'll show you. Here I use the place where I have my things to talk to my companion with, and other things that happened that I have, that I have to be aware of, not to forget. Oh, I got a pain that is really bad in my thumb. Feels like I need to stretch the thumb in one way. Oh, okay, so this week, for instance, I had these things to do, and then we had a lot of to-dos around these projects, and email that I had to answer, and things to do. Let's see, here on Friday I did this. I'll just have to mark this out. I haven't done this. I'll have to do this soon on here today and just finish it. It won't take that much time, so it's okay. Okay, so this is my work week, and this is how it will work. This upcoming week, I know things that I have to do for the projects, and things will come up, and I'll put them here just to remind myself of what I have to do. Like, for instance, here I have Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So here I have 2 days with no official work, but I have very much planning to do for the upcoming week, so I'll, focus on that. Yeah, so that's my weekly spread for work, and here is my weekly spread for my personal life, and these are more like memory planning. So when the day finish or during the day, I put things to remember, and this is much more the way that I like it. Very much pen and paper, and then some small functional stickers that will enlight the things, the mood, or the actual things that I've done. I don't do any trackers here because I have other places where I do my trackers, but I do some highlights of the week, the focus that I need to have. Like, for instance, I'll put my focus for this week here. And then I have a title that says watching the things that I watched. I really love series and documentaries and everything, so, and that's my way of relaxing, and I really would like to, you know, remind and remember what I watched. Videos that I made, and happy mail if I got any that week. So here this week I've been having my focus and what I've been watching, and here will be my stats for my social media. I put them here, I put it here, so different ways. Yeah, so now I've been doing a lot of planning, and I've done some videos. I've just made one video that was very, how should I say, very sincere, honest, and kind of depressing, I would say. But it felt good to tell you guys how I've been, and now I am having much more of energy and faith of the tomorrow. So that was a well-being for me. The pen that I've used mostly of the time is this Platinum. It's a carbon ink pen, a fountain pen, and I love it because the nib is very fine. It's an EF extra fine nib from the Platinum, not Platinum, Platinum. Platinum is the brand, Japanese brand, as I can understand it. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I hope, or well, I don't know if you're inspired, because when I look at my weekly spreads from last year, they were very much up and low, and colors and non-colors, and work and not working. But I'm happy that I was, you know, in this planner for most of the year, and I can easily go back and reference and see what happened. So, and then the other part, the daily pages, are very much journaling, and with a lot of different things that I really can't show you. So for this year, I've been thinking a little bit about that, because I still want to journal and I still want to show you. So now I've made, you know, this function where I put a layer, a paper, you know, if it's only a writing and it's about something that I need to write about, but I don't want to show you guys, I put a paper over it. So I will be able to show you the daily pages. And my plan is to do that when we end this month. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and if you like what you've seen, please give me a thumbs up, and if you would like to comment anything, please write in the comments, and subscribe if you want to stay in touch. Take care of yourself. I will do the same. Thank you. Bye-bye.